it cannot be a ploy for the government and the bureaucracy therein to abdicate its own sense of responsibility. I cannot expect people to believe that there is a set of powerful individuals who then determine the course of this country. Whereas the reality has been in the past, we have seen 1 or 2 or 3 companies actually steer national policy. I mean, you and I both know that. So, let's get real. What has happened today is not new. What has happened today is, it's for the first time that has come out. And you know, you've got great human beings here. You've got brand builders and nation builders. All who've been, you know, swept under the carpet, who've been tarred with the same brush. I mean, it's easy to do that. But to what effect? Will it solve a problem? Will it help change national behavior? If it does, then it's a damn good thing. If it doesn't, it's mere sensationalism.
So let's not be sensationalists. Let every institution then play its role. The corporate lobbyist has to be the corporate lobbyist. The judiciary has to be the judiciary. The bureaucracy has to be the bureaucracy, and the journalist has to be the journalist. And you think that is a lesson that has come out of this?
Somebody remarked, we need more fourth estate and less real estate. I think journalists.
Your colleague Sainath.
Exactly. No, I think that, you know, this proximity, the unwillingness to ask the tough questions at various times, all of this is a product of that, right? And the ability for corporates to plant stories. You know, if you have having such a cozy relationship with the publicist of Mukesh Ambani and Ratan Tata, how likely is it that you're going to then really try to pin them down? So these are all questions that we need to.
So instead of the journalist hypothetically, allegedly, as alleged in the magazines, going along with the attempt of Neera Radia to lobby for Mukesh Ambani, the journalist should have actually said this to the public domain, that in fact there is an attempt by the people representing Mukesh Ambani to control the telecom portfolio.
In my view, the fact that Mukesh Ambani and Ratan Tata's lobbyist is showing such a huge amount of interest in whether Kanimuri gets this or that
should have been a story.
Is a big story, right?
And should have been a journalistic story.
Absolutely.
Your big takeaway.
The takeaway is quite obvious, you know, when journalists, you know, believe that they are more than journalists, you have indeed a huge problem on your hand. You know, as to quote his colleague Sainath, you know, he says when mass media loses touch with mass reality, you have a problem, because then you're trying to reach advertisers to consumers, and you're no longer trying to provide information and opinion which is free and balanced to your constituents, to your readers, to your listeners,
so
to
this
your viewers.
is the time. This has been a corrective. It has been a reminder of our institutional obligations. It has been a reminder of the institution to which we belong and we have to serve.
And we also have to recognize that in the evolving space of conversation, lobbyists are now come to be part of the whole conversation. And
lobbyists exist, corporate
communications people exist, and they have a role to play in this whole.
But the journalist also has to exist.
If I can,
and we're completely out of time. 10 seconds, very quickly.
You know, this whole sensational business, there'll always be sensationalism. You know, I mean, you know that if man bites dog, it'll be a story.
Right.
You know, if dog bites Sonia Gandhi, it'll still be a story. That's the way the media is.
That's the way the media is. Well, this has been a debate about the Radia tapes and what they mean for corporates, what they mean for journalists. While we are not engaging in any kind of witch hunt or lynch mob, we believe that at some stage the lines perhaps between journalism and corporate India have been blurred, and perhaps both need to understand their institutional obligations. Thanks very much indeed, Suhel, Seth, Siddharth Vadrarajan, Poranjoy Guha, Thakur, Dilip Cherian. Thanks very much indeed for joining us. Our corporate lobby is undermining democracy. What are you telling us? 89 years.